Good morning, students. Today we will discuss our next topic of French Revolution. France become a constitutional monarchy. Now, hope you understood the whole story, like what had happened in the tennis court chamber and how monarch did not accept the demand of the people for one vote, one person. After this, the turmoil in the city and countryside we have seen in the previous segment, and how Abbasis and Mirabeau worked for the favor of the country, and the appreciable work of all the philosophers John Locke, Jean-Jacques Rousseau, and Montesquieu. When National Assembly formed, after that, what happened? Means we have seen that the power of church and monarch limited. Means they were now, you can say, abide by the constitution, and constitution became the main object to which they have to follow. By the constitution means some rule regulations were there. By that, the power were limited of the church and monarch. So let's see was the system they adopted after National Assembly. So the National Assembly completed a draft of constitution in 1791, means 89. The assembly took place, and in August, and after that in 71 the main objects was limit the power of the monarch, and these powers, instead of being concentrated in the hands of one person, were now separated and assigned to the different institution. Remember, in his book, the spirit of the the book which is written by I think that is John Locke, in which he has suggested about the division of the power, that is the legislature, executive, and judiciary. So this model had been adopted, and this made the France constitutional monarchy. Constitutional monarch was there, but he had to follow constitution. So explain how the new political system worked. So this particular picture is given, this chart is given here. You can understand by this, like first judiciary, second executive, then National Assembly. In book you can see easily, you can understand, and the people who could vote means active citizen, passive citizen. The detail has been given in the below paragraph. So the ministers, the executives, all you can say this particular structures have been developed. Like here, if we see the constitution of 1791 vested means like adopted, dharan karna ya atmasat karna. So vested the powers of to make laws in the National Assembly, which was indirectly elected. This that is the citizen voted for group of electors, and who in turn chose the assembly. Not all the citizens however had to vote, means all people were not allowed to vote, only men of 25 years. So this particular law had been made 25-year-old person. As you know, in our universal adult franchise, the age is of 18 year. 18-year person is having the right to vote, but there it was kept that 25-year people were allowed to vote, and especially who, those who paid the taxes, means they were paying the taxes only equal to 3 days of labor wages, means after that regular 3 days of work, means they should be regular employee, and they should get after that they have right to cast their vote. So were given the status of active citizen, that is why they were entitled to vote. The remaining men and all women were classed as passive citizen. Now active and passive you understand easily. Passive means they did not have any right to vote, means they were not counted as a citizen. So now we'll see in the next segment of the chapter passive citizen. Because of that, the women of the country, they rose their voice and they were agitated. How it can be said they're the passive citizen? Very much understood. If any citizen of the country is called the passive, definitely they will raise the voice. So it happened later. So qualify as an elector, and then the member of assembly a man had to belong to the highest bracket of taxpayer. Means to qualify the elector means if you want to contest the election, so means a member of assembly should be there and belong to the highest bracket of taxpayer. Means you should come in the category of that you are the taxpayer person. That's why you get a chance to be a contestant. Till here we'll read in this video. In next video we'll start another topic.